You ever come across a silly little game that draws you in a bit because of how ridiculous it looks? It even gives you the sense that it just might be so bad that it's good. Well, that's exactly what happened with this crab roguelike. So, like most pretty women do with ugly guys, I gave it a chance. And holy shit! This game is fun. I don't even really know where to start with this one, but basically, you're a crab on an island with a gun, gunning down other defenseless crabs who try to use their meaty claws against you. Alright, come on guys, I'm fucking one of you! So you fight your way through these waves, all while it gradually gets more difficult just to become the crab champion. And what do crab champions get after all their hard work? Now, it wasn't the game's wacky little approach that got me hooked, but rather the way it was beautifully executed. I don't know what kind of one-for-all shit they got pumping through this crab's veins, but the movement is just so fun. Not only that, but it's essential for survival in this game. If you're not flipping, jumping, and sliding within milliseconds of each other, then you fucking die. Anyway, the game builds even further on the movement by adding these parkour stages. Now let me tell you, I have had the time of my life because of just how fluid it all feels. What is it, Sonic Frontiers? Oh my god! The developers even went as far as to add this Roblox obby shit in their lobby. Just don't fuck this. How could you fuck up the last one? God! Now then, what good would movement be if not followed by satisfying gunplay? Am I right? Well, thankfully, the game follows through. My favorite feature with the gunplay is without a doubt those slow motion aerial shots. When shit gets hot, what you want to do is just basically spring up and start blasting. This simultaneously gives you time to slow down a bit and think about your next move. Sadly, this feature doesn't apply to the dual-handed weapons, so I don't even bother with that shit. Speaking of the weapons though, there are a decent amount to choose from, and they all play differently from each other. What do you mean I can't pick it up? It's right there. The last thing that I wanted to touch on with the gunplay were those little satisfying hit markers. Good damn. It's finer details like these that keep you stimulated throughout these waves. It feels no different than watching a TikTok with Subway Surfer gameplay in the bottom. Moving on though, I gotta bring up the game's difficulty. This shit is hard. Sir, not like this, please. I fought so hard to be here, you motherfucker! Now, if you're a little toddler like me, then you crank back onto the easy difficulty in order to beat it, just so you can feel what it's like to accomplish something. But playing on the normal difficulty has been a pain in my ass. I'm sorry, who's laughing like that? I can't even think about switching to the nightmare difficulty without quivering in my widow boots. You see, dealing with the swarms of the little crabs is no problem. They're just pawns. But the minute you catch a glimpse of a slug behind you, you're done for. They kamikaze themselves right before your very eyes and just fuck everything up. What do slugs even have to do with crabs? It's sure, yeah, the skulls and pumpkins make sense, but slugs? Frankly, that's where I draw the line of silliness. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the enemies are pretty wild. Especially when you come across a crab like yourself who also has a gun. These guys have SMGs. That's when you get a true glimpse of what it's like to be one of the defenseless crabs that you've been slaughtering this whole time. Now, in order to combat this difficult game, the developers offer some pretty neat upgrades. Uh-oh, don't get near me, I'm a toxic person! Now, I would love to dive deeper on the perks of this game, but just look at this shit. All you need to know is that there's a lot of variety between them, and so therefore it keeps things fresh as you replay. And so if you're curious about more of them, then just play the game. However, the best part about the upgrade system is the fact that they don't make or break your run. Sure, you can become super overpowered and breeze through most stages, but I feel as if most of the game's success rate comes from your skill. Let me live to see another day! So if you're just dog water at games, then I'm sorry, kid, but no amount of luck will carry you through this game. Overall, my expectations for Crab Champions were at rock bottom, especially being released on April Fool's Day. I thought it'd just be some joke, but now I see the joke was on me. I'm glad that I was blown away in almost all aspects of the game. Almost all aspects. I wasn't too crazy about the soundtrack of the game. Most of the songs were just too happy, so with all the senseless slaughtering going around, it just felt wrong. So, I simply turned the music off and played a little bit of Limp Bizkit, perhaps even a little bit of Drowning Pool, and suddenly the genocide all felt justified. Anyway, the game is only $10 on Steam, so I highly recommend it. Play it.